The Greer Police Department abides by a simple motto: policing is a partnership. The department made a special effort to increase its public outreach in 2018, commencing an effort called Anything Out of the Car. Made up of several programs, the goal is to allow all 87 members of the department to get out of their vehicles and make an impact on the community and its residents.
One program that our patrol division became a part of during 2018 is called the GREAT program, or Gang Resistance Education and Training Program. And this is a program that our officers had to obtain the training certification to go into our elementary schools and address the issue of gangs to our fifth graders. The main purpose of the GREAT program is to equip our fifth graders with skills to resist the temptation to join gangs. We have found that that was an age group that was not properly equipped with such skills as they enter into middle school. Middle school age is where we tend to see gangs first appear, and now we hope that the success of our GREAT program training will help prevent some of our youth from entering gangs in the future.
As you know, it only gets continually worse when you turn on the TV every day and see the stuff that's said about cops. This event was created so that police officers and kids would have a different interaction than they thought that they were.
The Greer Police Department's Cops for Tots program completed its 30th year in 2018, providing Christmas gifts to more than 200 underprivileged children in December. The Greer community supported the program with a record $32,000 in donations.
It is probably our biggest relationship building event. This is a time where children get to come in, select Christmas gifts with officers in our department, so it's a good positive interaction with officers in our agency. The relationship building starts with the children that are coming to select their gifts with the officers. It also involves their parents, who we'll interact with here as well, our citizens in the community, and our local business leaders and businesses who have helped support this event for 30 years, where they donate time, money, and personnel to help us make this event a success.
You like this one, baby? There you go.
You do like the dog? There you go.
Basketball? All right.
Some of the big things that kind of melts my heart is when you're carrying a kid around and they're them showing their appreciation by giving you a hug, grabbing your leg, and just thanking you for help making their Christmas brighter.
Cops for Tots roots date back to 1988, when two detectives adopted a single family and provided a Christmas tree and gifts for the children. Little did they realize how the department and the community would embrace the program.
In the mid-2000s, we had reached a really high point of close to 600 children. And then, thank goodness, over the last few years, those numbers have kind of gone down. And that's literally just because the fewer people have come forward and said they needed the help. So we're hoping that's a sign of good economic times. And my understanding, some of the other agencies in the area are seeing a similar trend. So we're here for those people that need it. And we'll never stop this program, but we're very grateful for all the support that we get from our community. Otherwise, we couldn't do this.
With a number of toys left over following the 2018 event, the department partnered with a church program and delivered the remaining toys to an orphanage in Puerto Rico.
Many school days begin with a familiar routine, such as the car line and the raising of the United States flag. And then there's Fist Bump Friday.
Have a good day.
What's up, Superman? You have a good day. Have a good day. What's up, Wild Man? What's up, man?
Oh, yeah. The brainchild of Greer Police Sergeant Ashley Wright and Chandler Creek Elementary School Assistant Principal Jennifer Dodds, Fist Bump Friday is designed to increase positive interaction between public safety officers and students.
So we started out at Chandler Creek the first Friday in March, and it was a success. We met with all the kids, did our fist bumps, walked around the school, and the kids loved it, the officers loved it, and the staff loved it too. We've even had good feedback from the parents.
We encourage our employees to constantly come up with new ideas that allow us to interact with the community in a positive manner. So Sergeant Wright's done this at three of the other elementary schools, and I think we have one more we're going to do as well. So I'd like to see this program expand and maybe just go beyond schools into other areas as well. It's not just a partnership with the other agencies. We've had fire departments here helping us, and but as well it's a partnership with the staff and even the parents, because they enjoy seeing their kids interact with us, and they probably all look forward to that opportunity to bump fists with a police officer.
The kids love it. They think it's really cool to see the police officers, and especially the fire truck, because everybody loves the big fire trucks. But they love seeing just everybody coming out and a smiling face in the morning, and it's a different thing to shake up their routine a little bit. I think it's huge, and I think it's great for the police department because it allows people to see us in a positive light and not just negatively.
So when that morning school routine begins to wear thin, keep an eye open and a fist closed. Fist Bump Friday will be coming soon to a school near you.
How you doing, sir? We're taking part in Operation Lifesavers. We just want you to be careful as you approach, cross over the railroad crossing. There's a lot of cars that's been hit from inattention, so just please be careful.
Today is Operation Clear Track across the nation, and the Greer Police Department partnered with the Norfolk Southern Police, who is here with us today. This is to encourage people to remember grade crossing safety tips, and also about trespassing on the right-of-ways of the railroad tracks. The location we chose here on South Line Street and Poinsett Street, we've had several fatalities over the past few years. Some of those have been pedestrians trying to cross the railroad tracks, cross the right-of-ways, and didn't see the trains and were ultimately killed. And we've had several traffic collisions here involving people disregarding those lights and bells and crossing arms as they come down. So this is just an opportunity for us to pass out some information to motorists as they come by us, and to draw attention to these grade crossings and to increase their safety in these areas. It's been very positive feedback. They're very appreciative of getting the information. We all need reminders as time goes by of these little things. We get complacent as we drive sometimes, and this just brings a little reminder and brings it to the forefront of our thoughts.
The Greer Police Department is divided into 4 divisions: Uniform Patrol, Administration, Criminal Investigation, and Operational Support.
Our patrol division is divided up into 5 separate teams: Alpha Team, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and then we have a separate team which consists of our traffic officers and K-9. The strategy of our patrol division is to prevent and respond to crime at the neighborhood level, and we use what's called a CompStat process to discuss crimes that are going on at the neighborhood level, and then we develop strategies to address those crimes individually. During 2018, our patrol division responded to 31,000 calls for service, which was a 7.5% increase over 2017. During the CompStat processes, we developed strategies to address 30 individual crime issues within either residential or business neighborhoods. During 2018, our patrol division became equipped and trained with Narcan, or also known as naloxone. And that is a medication that we can administer to persons who are experiencing an overdose of opioids. And during 2018, we deployed that 3 different times, and we hopefully believe that we saved lives on each of those 3 occurrences. Also, we equipped our patrol division in 2018 with bleeding control kits. That was a partnership with our Chamber of Commerce Leadership Development program, and they did some fundraising for various things, and then they had some funds left over, and then they purchased and provided those bleeding control kits. So all of our officers are equipped with those kits now. Moving on into our administration division, that division is responsible for records management, community outreach, our special events, school resource officer program, and personnel responsibilities such as off-duty employment, recruiting, and hiring. During 2018, we began a partnership with Spartanburg District 5 schools, and we are now providing school resource officer services to their school that's located in the city of Greer, and that's Abner Creek Academy. District 5, in the agreement that we have with the city of Greer, they're providing 100% of all the costs associated with that SRO at that school. So we now provide SRO services to 5 different schools. Those are Riverside High, Greer High, Riverside Middle, Greer Middle, and now Abner Creek Academy. Additionally, our school resource officers during the summer, they continued to run our summer middle school camp, and we had 20 kids complete that camp in 2018. All right, moving on to our Criminal Investigations Division, or CID. That division consists of 11 team members, and they are responsible for investigating property crimes, violent crimes, and sex crimes, as in addition to economic crimes and vice and narcotic investigations as well. During 2018, they were assigned 450 cases referred to them for additional or more complex follow-up investigations. 251 of those were cleared by either arrest or exceptional clearance. During 2018, our investigations division became members of the South Carolina Attorney General's Office Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, also known as ICAC. Our detectives participated in and hosted a large-scale investigation into child predators, prostitution, and human trafficking. And that operation was called Operation Millstone. That operation was headed and created by the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. However, we were able to host the operation for 6 different days here at Greer Police Department in our training center here. Other agencies that participated in that investigation were the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, as well as some other municipal police agencies in the area. That operation resulted in 34 individuals being arrested for any of those crimes that I just mentioned, with an additional 10 other people being arrested at a later date. Another function of our investigations division is our vice unit. We have 2 members of that team, and then during 2018, they conducted 44 investigations that were either undercover or covert. Those investigations resulted in 80 persons being arrested for various vice crimes. 47 of those were drugs, 16 prostitution charges. We had some alcohol violations as well, and 13 arrests for operating gambling operations. Finally, our vice and narcotic unit, they are also responsible for alcohol compliance checks, and they conducted 185 alcohol compliance checks during 2018. The good news is 180 out of those 185 were in complete compliance with the law, and we only found 5 violations, which I believe is outstanding. Moving on to our operational support division, that consists of 23 team members, and they work in various units such as telecommunications, our detention center, property and evidence, animal control. They are also responsible for managing our wrecker and towing services in the city of Greer, as well as court security. During 2018, our telecommunications unit expanded services of emergency and non-emergency dispatching to 2 additional fire departments. Those were Taylor's and Bowling Springs Fire Department. So we are now the dispatch center for Greer Police, Greer Fire, Taylor's Fire, Bowling Springs Fire, and some of Pelham Batesville Fire Department. During 2018, our telecommunications unit oversaw the migration into a new emergency radio system. We had previously been using a 400 megahertz standalone radio system. However, the city's boundaries have grown and expanded to the point where that radio system was no longer completely useful. So we now are members of the Palmetto 800 statewide radio system. So we now have interoperability with many, many other agencies across not only this immediate area, but across the state. Additionally, in 2018, we oversaw our part of the transition to a new computer automated dispatch system, and that system is hosted and was provided by Greenville County E911. But it did require a lot of work on our end to figure and customize our operations into that system. And it took probably 2 years advanced work, and that system is now in place and is fully operational.
When morning silence is broken by the roar of a diesel engine, it's evident that a new delivery has come to town. While some may be mundane, it's clear that this delivery to Buncombe Street was, well, doggone special.
Today we took delivery of our new kennel facility that is something we've been kind of working on for a couple of years, and we finally found a really good, suitable way to approach this plan. So we've been using this really old facility here. I estimate that's probably at least 50 years old. So that facility's kind of it's gone past its useful life, and we had to find an option to replace this. So we found a prefabricated building that was made in Pennsylvania, and so we ordered that and had that delivered, and here it is. And we do have to do some more site work. We're going to do some gravel and a parking pad and some fencing.
Occupants of the old kennel were certainly excited about the delivery. With 10 kennels, the new building more than triples current available occupancy. As it was rolled into place on the concrete pad prepared in advance, the building received a thorough inspection from Chief Hamby, Animal Control Officer Scott Rutgers, and Maintenance Supervisor Dan Fowler. From climate control to easily accessible plumbing fixtures, the building was deemed a tremendous and economical addition to the city.
Over the years, we were looking at more of a permanent building, and as we worked with a couple of architects, we realized that the costs were just going to be astronomical, and we found this option of a prefabricated facility. And we looked at what our needs are, and that met everything we needed. So we're saving a lot of money by buying the prefabricated building. So I'm estimating we're going to be at least $100,000 under budget when all this is finished.
The department sent its best wishes with Lieutenant Marcus Kelly as he retired in December of 2018. Kara Blackwell was promoted to the rank of lieutenant and now supervises the Operational Support Division.
During 2018, the city of Greer saw a 2.3% overall reduction of crime. We had 3,313 reported crimes across the city. During that period, we saw a small increase of about 4.5% in our crimes against persons, and we saw a 5.8% increase of property crimes. However, we had a large decrease in our miscellaneous crime group, which is called Group B crimes, and that was a 24% decrease. So overall, we had a 2.3% reduction in crime across the city. I'm very happy with that. We do have some goals that we've set forth for 2019. We are working on a very intensive recruiting effort. So we developed a recruiting team, and that team will be made up, or is made up, of members from various parts of our department. So we have some members who are from our patrol division and our other various divisions. We have a partnership that we are forming with North Greenville University, and they're going to be providing various types of customized training for our department to include several days of in-service training throughout the year. So instead of us doing that in-service training in-house, we are now outsourcing that for this coming year with North Greenville University, and we're very happy about that partnership we have with them. We'll be remodeling our telecommunications center. So with all the new computer equipment we have now in with the new system, we are also going to upgrade the furniture and the functionality of the room, and it's just time for an upgrade. We've been in that room for 10 years, and so we're replacing all of the furniture and the carpet and some other fixtures. During 2019, we will have in place our new drone program, which is something we've already started working on. However, we do believe that will be fully functional, and I'm very excited about the many opportunities the drone program will have for our police department. And finally, we have a project we're working on to enhance our training capabilities outside of our facility here. So we will be relocating our training range, and hope to see that come to fruition, or at least well into the process during 2019.
Want to learn more about the Greer Police Department and get a first-hand look at its daily operations? The department hosts a free Citizens Police Academy twice a year with weekly sessions. Graduates are invited to join the Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association to become even more involved with the department and to support its events.